This is the story of when I was took classes in Gardena at local. It was in the beginning of the local access TV stuff. And if I had to give it a year, it's like mid 1980s, 85, 86, somewhere in there. That I took these classes. I found out about them through something in Gardena anyway, and we were probably one of the first cities to do this, so it was kind of interesting. We had a teacher named Stewart Bender. I'm surprised I remember the name after all these years, but I do remember his name. And I was always interested in film and so on, mostly basically being behind the camera, creating content and stuff, so it always fascinated me. Anyway, so I took these classes, and a lot of it I don't remember really well. It's like I know that there was probably 8 to 10 people in the class, and they had equipment and so on. You had to actually kind of pass this class so that if you wanted to go out and do projects and use their cameras and so on, you could like not rent them, but they would loan them to you for a day or something, or two, or something like that. So you had to get through this class, and some of the students were better than others. A couple were like a little irresponsible and stuff, and I think he pretty much passed everybody in the end. He just wanted to make sure that the cameras were taken care of and the equipment was taken care of. Anyway, the main thing that sticks out when I took this class was they gave us little projects to do, in-house projects to do. And this one was with experimenting with, I think they call it stop action animation. So mine was, it was like a send-up of the Twilight Zone, like a Twilight Zone episode with, Rod Serling. And what I did is I used one of the people in class, a young woman, and she was sitting in a chair. And I ended up doing pretty much everything, because it's like behind the camera, it's like I operated the camera and everything. And so she was sitting in a chair, and I had her eating a stick of celery or something like that. And because it's like she was on a diet, and it's like we were trying to find one of the other members, guys, to do the Rod Serling. Like the little script that I made, so they could be Rod Serling. But nobody was really up to it or wanted to do it, so it's like, and so the Stewart said, it's like, well, why don't you just do Rod Serling? So it's like, so I was behind the camera and operating the camera, turning it on and filming it, and then doing the Rod Serling's voice. And I remember most of the script, if you will. It's like, it wasn't very long, but it went something like this. It's like she's sitting there eating celery, and I said something like, and then mine was like, submitted for your approval. Witness 1, Janet Harbour. Janet has been dieting for the last week. And then I said something like, it's like, then I transitioned into, I remember that part of it, and it's like, then Janet has been hungry, and Janet is about to enter the Twinkie Zone. And then what I did is I had a Twinkie, and one of the guys was helping me with it, and it's like he took the Twinkie, and it was because it was stop action. It's like, so would just do little short clips, and it was like they'd put it on the bottom of her pant leg, and started like at the foot, and then slowly, like, I kept doing like click, and just doing like a couple of frames, and it would like, basically then he placed it up a little higher, and we kept clicking it until it got up to her, like almost to her mouth and stuff. And it's like Janet has, it's like, and I think that's what probably went, I don't know if I said Janet is entered the Twinkie Zone, it's like or afterwards, but I think it was before it's like, and that was the, the clip and stuff, and so it ended up, and that was my little project and stuff. And actually, once they were all done, we were all looking at all our different ones, and he would critique them at the end. And he was, when he was watching mine, he was so busy laughing that he didn't even say anything positive. I think he absolutely loved it. He thought it was hilarious. It's like Janet has entered the Twinkie Zone.